So let's talk about how energy blocks will affect your life. We're all been trained to feel like poop is normal. It's not. If you don't feel amazing, completely at peace, connected to all that is, there's something interfering with your energy. You as a human should feel good, should feel peace inside. You shouldn't be feeling anxiety when you wake up. You shouldn't be feeling anger, like where you blow up and you can't control it. Extreme emotions, a result of energetic interference, energetic blocks. Sometimes what I see in the astral, and then you guys can understand what's really taking place. What happens in the astral world, which is a finer, more subtle energy dimension, dwindles down and comes down to us. There is a holographic universe. So we exist here in this dimension in a body, then we exist, so this is the body, then we exist up here in this energetic dimension. And in this dimension, there is angels, demons, and all kinds of other dead spirits. Everyone basically is here. Then there's a level higher, which is the fifth dimension, which gets a little bit more energy. And then there it goes up higher to the sixth dimension and they get even more energy. Think of it as like a rainforest, okay? When the light comes from the top and it hits the top canopy and then it comes down, by the time it's getting to the floor, there's barely any light. Dimensions act very similar. There is a lot of energy in higher dimensions. As it comes down to the third dimension, there's less light. And as it goes lower, there's even less light. You can be completely disconnected from God as you drop lower into lower dimensions, what we call it hell. That's what's going on. There's a lot of people fall down there because their energetic frequency gets taken and eaten. What do I mean by that? That sounds kind of crazy, right? Taken and eaten. If someone is open through trauma, let's say they have childhood traumas, and what happens during a childhood trauma, this sphere, this energy that's around you cracks. Because of this crack, other entities, other energies are able to access you. They're able to infiltrate inside your energetic field and they're able to take control. They're able to give you thoughts. They're able to put perceptions. They're able to send emotions. You become a host for an interdimensional parasitic entity. They are not creative, but they are very highly psychic. So what they could do is they can latch onto you and it would feel like you're thinking, but it's them giving you these thoughts. Yeah, so how do these energy blocks show up in our life? Let me give you some examples. Let's say you wake up, you slept for 8 hours, you wake up and you feel tired. You're just exhausted. You don't know why. When you just slept for 8 hours, you shouldn't be feeling like this. It's true. You shouldn't be feeling like that. You should wake up feeling amazing, like you want to take on the world. You can't wait to start your day. And the way you should fall asleep is, oh my God, I don't want to sleep because I'm enjoying my day so much. I don't want to go to sleep. This is how you're supposed to be. Like, this is your normal state as a human. Everything else is interference. If you wake up really tired and let's say you come to me and say, Ruben, there's something wrong with me. I don't know what's going on. I feel tired. First thing I'll do is I'll check your vitality. I'll be like, okay, his vitality is, and then I'll go 100 and my finger goes weak. Then I'll be like, okay, 10, 20. Okay, you're at 10, let's say. You shouldn't be at 10. Your vitality should be at 900 to 1,000. Like, that's a healthy being. When you're at 10, you're not even sick. Unless you have like some serious physical ailment, you shouldn't be at 10. So when you're at 10, what I'll do is I'll be like, okay, I'll close my eyes and I picture you in my imagination. My imagination is an access to that dimension. What they taught you in school was, oh, it's just your imagination. That's all bullshit. Don't believe them. Your imagination is not really your imagination. You're actually observing something. But there is one caveat to this. Your brainwaves need to go down to alpha and theta levels. When you're awake, when you're engaged, you're in beta, so you have fast brainwaves. As you start daydreaming, your fast brainwaves go down to alpha, a little bit slower brainwaves. This is when you're daydreaming. If you continue daydreaming, you fall into theta. A good healer is able to drop their brainwaves on will down to theta, and they enter what we call kind of like a lucid dream state, where you start observing energy. At that point, of course, it seems like, oh, it's just my imagination, but it's not, because you couldn't imagine some of the stuff that you start seeing. The way I used to practice, I would have a cup of water in my hands, and as I would start falling asleep, the water it was filled to the rim and it would like start spilling on my fingers. I would wake up. And this is how I trained myself to stay in the theta state. And the crazy thing is when I'm in the theta state and I'm working on someone, they also drop their brainwaves to match mine. And we've done studies on this. I've put a Muse device on my client's head and I had one on me. And both of our brainwaves dropped into theta levels, which is amazing. I worked on her for about an hour. And 94% of that 1 hour, her brainwaves were in theta level. And she didn't fall asleep, surprisingly, but she got very drowsy. Most people only experience that theta level when they are falling asleep and waking up. Otherwise, they can't go there. They fall asleep. For them, it's not normal. I've been meditating for 25 years, so I believe that's what's allowed me, but it's beyond that. It's not because I've meditated for 25 years. Why did I meditate for 25 years? There's a lot more to it that we'll get into in later episodes as I teach you guys about all of the different attributes that I learned about humanity. But for right now, what you need to know is if your vitality is not up there, like 900 to 1,000, you have an energetic block. Sometimes I'll look at someone and then all of a sudden I might see them handcuffed in that dimension. I see them handcuffed and there's cuffs on their feet and they can't move. And what I do is I rescue them. I go, okay, what do I need to do? How do I get them out? And then I'll see in my imagination that I'm opening a lock and their cuffs come off and the ones on their legs come off. Then they try to fly and they might have like a chain stuck in their belly and it's also tied to a platform and they can't get away. Then I have to undo this chain and then they fly and get into a portal. Then I see them rising up and connecting to their actual energetic field. So these are little sparks, like little aspects of you trapped in different dimensions that I'm rescuing. And as I rescue these parts, they come and attach to you and your energy level goes up. That's the best way I can explain it, where there's different levels that you're able to start accessing. You can open your eyes and look with your eyes to this 3D dimension, right? You see this dimension. Then you can also, while even your eyes are open, you can start accessing your imagination, or what we call imagination. I don't even know if there's a word for it because it's no law. I don't think it's imagination. So you access that. Even though your eyes are open, you're daydreaming. Okay, let's call it daydreaming. You fall into a daydream, but it's a controlled daydream. You see the person that you're looking at, you see their energetic field, and then you can see their chakra system. You can see if they have stuff on them. Like sometimes I'll see someone wrapped in like a blanket. Let's say it looks like a blanket. And then I have to undo them and their energy expands in the other dimension and they rise up. That's another thing I noticed. Or I might see them in a box and I have to get them out of the box. I might see entities. I might see these interdimensional beings. A lot of times these interdimensional beings are the ones that put these things on you, these energetic blocks. All around you there is spirits, good and bad. And depending on where you're at, they could access you if you're not careful. And they will put on blocks and they will steal your energy. A lot of times what they'll do is if you drop low enough, they'll come and they'll take parts of your light, kind of like ants coming and taking little breadcrumbs. They'll come and they'll break off a little light of you. And just a little light of you is the same as you. It's a holographic universe. A little drop of the ocean, it's still the ocean. So when they take a part of you and they take it down into their dimension and they start torturing this little part of you to get energy out of it, you start feeling like shit. And you don't know why. You don't feel good. You don't know why. I'll tell you why. Because parts of you are getting tortured in another dimension. That's what's going on. That's what's really happening. This is why they say don't sin. You open doors. You open doors, they take parts of you and they take it down to lower levels and they start chomping on you. When I go down there to rescue these fractals, I've seen people tied up on giant tables where their arms are like spread out and they're getting whipped by demons. I've seen people bent over and they're getting gang raped by demons. So they'll take parts of your light down into hell and torture it to get energy and you will feel bad. And until someone goes in and rescues and brings these fractals back to you, you're going to feel like shit. It's just, that's what it is. You can't feel good and you don't know why. And if I remove all the demons on you, but your fractals are still down there, you're still going to feel bad. You won't get the full relief. You might get some relief, but not the full. In order to get full relief, all of your parts need to be healed. How does this show up in your life? Short-tempered. Things don't work out for you. Anything that could possibly go wrong in your life goes wrong. People don't want to be friends with you. When they say you have bad luck, you don't have bad luck. You're just blocked. You're energetically blocked. There is no light touching you. Our energy is supposed to be flowing. So it moves from the bottom up. and then it flows down, kind of like an apple. There's two sides, one side and then the other side. And these things are spinning around and it's creating your aura all around you. This is why if you go and have sex or a massage or something and you allow someone to touch you in your growing area, there's energy moving. You will take whatever that person has on them into your energetic field and it will move up into you, and the next thing you know, you feel bad. You feel bad, but you don't know why. I'll tell you why. You feel bad because you just took on all of their demons, all kinds of energetic things. When you merge with someone and you come back out, you're not completely coming out clean. What happens when two water droplets merge together and then you separate them? They start sharing water. You start sharing energy with the person you connect with. This is why it's very important that you know who you connect with, because this is how people get really messed up. Like, this can mess you up worse than drugs if you have sex with the wrong people, or if you go to massage places and you get happy endings. These are all opening up doors to demons. This is what you need to watch out for. I'll give you an example with the massage. Let's say your body feels tight and you want to go get a massage. You go get a massage, your body feels loose, but you come out and you don't feel good. Your consciousness gets affected. It all depends on who worked on you. I've had instances where I walk into a massage place and I'm getting a foot massage, and the lady that's touching me, I feel all of her stuff and I have to walk out. I can't, because there's too much darkness, and when she's touching me I feel like she's pushing that darkness into my energy field. That's why monks don't like to hug anyone. If you want to keep your energy clean, try not to touch anyone, try not to have sex with anyone, try to maintain your energy, and try fasting and see what happens to your energetic frequency. But anyways, if your life is not working out, chances are you're energetically blocked and you need some clearing. If your energy centers, which we call chakras, call it energy centers, if they're not spinning the right way, you're going to have issues. There's so many people that I see that have chakras that are spinning the opposite way. And this usually happens from years of having demonic influence, and these demons take a home inside of you and they'll reside in different chakras, and over time they'll flip your energy to flow backwards. There's so much I need to teach you guys, but we'll continue in the next one.